my dance, make it hurt.
Hey, y'all. Just to be super clear, we do not support drinking and driving. We care about you and everyone else on the road. So please be smart and make arrangements in advance. Reach out to a friend, grab a cab, or hop in a rideshare. Your safety means the world to us. So let's keep the roads safe together. So please drink responsibly.
Hey, y'all. It is Major Point.
Point.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
We back with the jump off.
Yes, we are.
Like we never left because technically we didn't.
We did. Technically, we're sitting in the same spot,
Same studio.
same clothes,
Same day.
same sweat.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, I'm not wearing sweats.
I am Tasha J.
And I'm Brittany M.
And we are
Major Point.
Okay, so we have a very exciting episode for you guys.
Like
always, really. We come up with really good topics.
Mhm.
One day, you guys are going to come up with the topics so that we don't have to.
One day.
Yes. So
I was about to bust out in song, but nah.
I'm dead. I was gonna ask you how you doing, but I'm like, do you really care?
No.
Okay.
We
you know,
wasting time
sometimes
with the
small talk
introductions.
is not.
I can't
not
come up
it.
with nothing because I'm the same that I was last time.
like 20 minutes ago.
Exactly.
So today's topic, we're gonna talk about something really, really cool. It's just something that we thought about to have a conversation with for people in relationships or who are dating. Mostly people who are in relationships. Are we going to add people who are married too?
Yes.
Okay, so people who are in relationships, married.
And even friends.
And friends. Or even
Mhm.
friends. Yes,
Mhm.
or family members too.
Mhm.
Is it important for you to share your location with people that you care about? Right
Mhm.
now, let's just focus on like partners. Like
Yes.
if you're in a relationship with somebody,
Mhm.
is it okay? Do you want to go or?
You go.
I kind of feel like we both agree on the same thing.
Yeah, true.
We do.
But we also have an interesting guest.
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
You'll hear his voice like
I
Oz.
thought we was purring.
That's Oz. With Oz, you just hear the voice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Oz. We should just call him Oz.
Oh, what's up, Oz? How you
What's up,
doing? You could over here.
He's saying, "What up?" You're not
What
even
up?
speaking in that mic.
My bad, y'all.
Hi, Oz. How you doing?
Hola.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. And yourselves? How y'all doing?
We're good.
Good.
Just speak up a little bit.
How y'all doing?
He spoke lower.
How y'all doing?
Oh my God. Okay, so I do believe we're of the same thought when it comes to sharing locations. So yes, I do think that in a relationship,
You should. Or you can.
you can.
Mhm.
I don't think you should
should.
because you don't have to do anything you don't necessarily feel comfortable
You
doing.
can.
Because we know someone that refuses to share their location. like what I told you, I was like, they got to be like reincarnated Princess Diana or CIA.
Yeah, you was like, that person's probably
or
Princess
something
Diana.
because they refuse to share their location. So everybody has their preferences. I believe that it is okay to share your location with your partner if you guys have a healthy, trusting relationship.
Mhm.
Other than that, I don't think it's a good idea because it just opens the door for more drama, more where you at. I thought you was gonna be here, but you not here, and then it opens the drama to: is he really where he said he's at? Because who said people can't have two phones? You know,
Mhm.
Michelle got the number for this one, so I'm gonna get me the other one, leave this one at home,
Yeah.
and then when Michelle call this phone, I'm gonna just have it wired to the other phone, so I could
And
there's
also,
ways.
just because he said he's going to McDonald's, but you see that he's in Long Island at a winery, don't necessarily mean, maybe he did go to McDonald's and you
then
didn't
just
see.
happened to go to the winery and didn't tell
Exactly.
you.
And just didn't tell.
And didn't tell you. You see what I mean? That if the foundation of trust is not there, it becomes a tool for destruction as opposed to a tool for safety.
Yeah.
Reasons. So personally, I share my location with my partner, and my partner shares it with me. The reason that happened is not because one day I woke up and was like, oh, I want him to have my location. When we would go on our trips, Tasha, remember COVID, we went to a whole bunch of Airbnbs. We were hours away, whatever it may be. whenever we would go away, I would share my location with him, and I would tell him, if anything happens, you have my location. Call 911, get my mother, and come find us. The issue with iPhones is, and for you guys that have iPhones, is that iPhone only gives you 2 options with sharing your location, either till the end of the day or indefinitely. It doesn't allow you to say, share my location until this day. It's just one or the other. So when you're away for an extended period of time, you put it indefinitely, and then you say, oh my God, Brittany, remember to take it off when you get home. But then I get home and I will completely forget. So I would go to my trip, be back, and then 6 months later, I'm like, what the hell is sharing? I noticed that I still had my location on.
You still shared it, and you just forgot.
So at that point, I was like, whatever, my location is on. But then I was the only one that was sharing her location. He didn't have my location. No, he had my location, but I didn't have his.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, so are you going to turn on your location? And I don't remember if he gave me an issue or if he just did it. Most likely, I think he just did it. He was like, okay, here it is. No issue. And then that's how we have each other's location. How do I use it? Do I use it as a tool for good, or do I use it as a tool for snooping? I use it as a tool for good. I rarely look at it to be like, oh, where he at, who he with, is he really at work? No, because I trust him to be exactly where he is, that he says he is.
When you have a problem, when you don't have a problem in your relationship, you don't really have to wonder or feel like, oh, they're probably not where they're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Nah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it becomes a tool of, for me, it's a safety thing. Like, I remember one time he went out with his friends and he called me. He was like, yeah, babe, I'm home. And I'm like, no, you're not. You like 2 blocks away from home. And he was like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, why are you telling me that you're home when I clearly can see you're not home?
Yeah.
Or today, he went to the gym. I was at his house sleeping. I checked his location to see when he would get home. He was up the block. It's 10 minutes. He not through the door yet. I'm like, I go to the location. I'm like, what are you doing on Avenue H? You were at the gym down the block. He was like, oh, I had to go get something done. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I need you because I was waiting for him to come home to do something. So that's why I checked. So for me, it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
If something happens to you, I need to know your last location so that I can send 911, the FBI, SWAT, whoever, myself. I need to know where you're at. And not because I'm on you, but because it's a safety thing. I feel like someone should always have your location, either it be a significant other, your mother, your father, your sister, your friend, whoever it may be. And especially as women, Tasha, we have to have that type of security because anything can happen to us. So in a healthy relationship, I say, sure, if you guys have no problem with it, for safety reasons, go for it. If there's no trust in the relationship, I say just don't make your life more difficult. Just don't.
Yeah, I agree. My sister has mine. My friends have mine.
Yeah.
I don't mind sharing my location because I do think it is a safety thing. Most importantly, do I use it to like snoop or whatever? No, I just use it to kind of like, for example, like if let's say you're coming to pick me up or whatever, and you're like, oh, and I don't know, like you said, you left your house, but I don't know where you are, and I'm like still getting ready. I use it to gauge how much time that I have until you come.
Right.
So you're not waiting outside for like an hour or, So I'm like, okay, she's close enough. She's like 5 minutes away. I have enough time to like put on my shoes and gather my things and stuff like that. And so like, but I don't really use it to be like, what my friend doing? What my sister doing? But I don't have time to do all that. I would, if I have children, I definitely would have their locations. 150%.
Agreed.
I do believe that at any time you could be in a compromising situation and someone needs to know exactly where you are.
Yep.
Because imagine, God forbid, you have to write to someone like SOS, but that's all you can text, and they're just like, wait, where is this person? But you have your location on. So that's wonderful. And also, I also think that sharing a location, this happened to my sister recently. It can also make you find out very interesting situations that you personally feel like if they didn't share their location with you, you would have never freaking known, and you needed that information. And so
whoever that was is stupid as hell. But you know why? Because people forget that their location.
Yeah, their location. So you want to sit there and be snooping and doing like sneaky stuff, but it's like,
and your location.
You didn't turn off your location
stupid.
Though. So, but it's. I feel like it could be extremely beneficial. But I do understand on another flip of it is that if you are not in a very good relationship with someone that it can just be a tool of paranoia of you just going on it like, he said he was going to be at the doctor's office. Is he at the doctor's office? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Or is he at his ex's house or something like that?
Or remember Tasha from Why Did I Get Married? Like, it take 12 miles to get here.
Yeah.
And 13 to get over there. And if it come by 13.5, he's like, and that's just her looking at his mileage. Now imagine if she had his location. Like, Tasha don't need to have his location.
I mean, Tasha was crazy. She knew that man's heartbeat.
I'm checking his mileage in the car. His resting heart rate is 42 beats a minute. If Marcus comes home to the house and he claimed he was at work all day, if that resting heartbeat is 58 beats a minute, he been cheating.
His heart beats 32 seconds
when resting.
Like, what?
When it's not resting, it's that I'm like,
yeah, she was doing the calculations. She was a crazy character, but we have I know someone who don't like their location being shared, which I can understand that. Sometimes they feel like it's an invasion of privacy. Right. Sometimes they feel like it's like a
she told me that it's it be draining her battery. That's why she don't do it.
It does that?
I don't know. I charge my phone. So
all I know is that my battery be 90 to 100%.
Well, your phone is also relatively new. My battery is trash.
Oh yeah, but remember when I had the Samsung? Yeah. I had an Android before, and their batteries are pretty good. Yeah. And I would have like battery for a long time. But I don't think it drains your battery. But I don't know.
That's what she said.
I'll look it up on Google.
I took it. I said okay.
But I still, even so, I don't know. Even so, Brittany,
it bothers me.
I understand why people don't, but it is a safety thing because if something happens. And you text me SOS, but because sometimes that's all you could text.
Yeah.
How do I know where you are? Like I can only think of. I just feel like the type of technological advances that we've had. A lot of them are, difficult, like AI, which is why the WGA is on strike, right? That's one of the reasons why they're on strike.
Yeah.
So that type of advances, it's a little complex. But something like we could share locations with each other. I think it's like kind of cool because it's in a way
about getting an air tag, so whenever I walk Bella or whenever Bella's outside, I can track her. God forbid she gets off the leash.
Because a dog,
and just for when she's outside, not necessarily like whenever we're home. Like whenever she's outside, I connected to her collar because she's microchipped. But microchip only works if somebody brings her to the pound, then they scan her, then they call me. But if she has an air tag, I can track her live.
Yeah, you should do that.
So I'm thinking about doing that just for Bella.
Yeah.
Just to have security.
Yeah. We even have things to track our phones if they get lost.
Yeah.
So it's like we should be able to have a little bit of a tracking on our close family and friends.
To
me
it's a security. To me it's a safety thing. It's always been a safety thing for me. Always. Because, for example, that friend, if you tell her, let me know when you're home, and then she forgets. Now you're stressed that she make it home because she falls asleep. She doesn't answer the phone. If I got her location, okay, she's home. I'm good. You know what I mean? So to me, it's a safety thing, but you respect people's boundaries. And if it's a no, it's a no.
So I was going to ask you, right? Was it you that asked for the location first? I don't remember. Or did he?
My man?
Yeah.
Or
in your relationship?
I put mine on first, and then I asked him to turn his on for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, the fuck I got my location on with you and I don't got yours. The fuck?
Because I think it would be a turn on if a guy is like, hey, like,
it depends.
No, if y'all like each other, y'all been dating, y'all in a relationship together,
if you're
y'all
not
good.
my man, I don't see why the hell you gotta have my location.
I said when y'all dating,
you said
in a relationship.
Oh, in a relationship.
Sometimes in dating, you know what I mean, in a relationship. Because in a relationship you can still date. Right? No,
I see.
In dates?
No, I
see.
Go
on dates.
I see where you were going. You should still be dating in your relationship. I see where you were going.
Yeah, no,
it didn't land, but I see where you were going. I see where you were going.
No, wait, because when you're in a relationship with someone,
you continue to date. You still date.
Yeah,
yeah. I see. No, I see where you were going. I just don't think it landed, but I got you though.
But if you got me, does this mean that it landed?
No, landing is like when you hit it.
I wasn't trying to hit. I was just trying to understand. I get
what you mean.
Okay.
Okay.
So I feel like it could be like a turn on because he's like he wants to make sure you're safe. He wants to make sure that you're.
Again, it depends on what type of relationship you got. If he crazy, that's not a turn on.
Girl, I just said if it's a good
one. Am I
one.
repeating myself?
Yes.
Sorry, my bad.
Like if it's a good one, of course. We already said if it's a bad relationship
some girls
or
love that shit. Like, oh yeah, he want me like hey, she want it. You know, bitches is crazy.
I guess.
I'm just saying. Oz, what's your word on it? And
what
speak
what
up.
the niggas out here in these streets
what the
saying?
what the niggas saying?
Because you
Damn.
agree
You
with
the
us.
what? You the
sounded
voice
kinda
for the
aggressive.
niggas.
What the niggas?
Really?
He the voice of the niggas.
Wait, that's a little aggressive.
No, the way you asked me was a little aggressive.
Oh.
What the niggas is saying.
What the niggas is saying.
I mean,
Well, that's kind of
it depends on if it's imperative. If someone
do you
demands
mean?
that you need to share my location to be with me, then it's a no-no. But because the relationship is built on trust,
Right.
it's the foundation of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
A house with no foundation, what happens when the wind blows?
It falls.
Exactly. Trust is the biggest thing in a relationship. If you don't trust each other, that's always going to be a bad situation when that topic comes up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an issue. You should want to have your significant other's location
Why?
in case of an emergency.
Uh-huh.
And it's stalker, obviously.
Oh, okay. That too.
I'm sorry.
Stalker.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
Obviously, I'm just joking. But you want to have that type of security.
Mhm.
No, you never. There's a lot of crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of crazy in this
Yeah.
world. You want to make sure she's good no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if she's going, yo, babe, I'm going 10 minutes away, blah, blah. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You call her, she don't pick up. Call again, she don't pick up. Like, you check to see, where's she at? Oh, she's up the block. All right, maybe her phone is blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be anything more than that.
Right.
And if it's anything more than that, then
It shouldn't be.
there's a big,
Yeah.
big underlining that's going on.
It's a
in your
big
relationship.
no.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But what about speak to us from the perspective of guys that aren't necessarily doing anything, but it's like, why do I have to share my
Because
location?
do you trust me?
Mm.
If you really trust me, you would
I
ask
think
me.
so too. I think that's what it is.
It's
It's like,
But what if my rebuttal, like let's role play, right? You, my man, and I say, hey babe, can I have your location for security purposes? What does a guy say? He's not doing anything, but he doesn't see the point. What would he say?
Why?
Because I just said for safety reasons. What if something happens to you and like I can't get in
a
contact
simple
with you?
response. Why?
I'm good. I keep it on me. I'll be
You
all right.
keep what on you?
You strap. I mean, I think
with the goodness of the Lord. That's about it.
That's
I
the best
think-
weapon you need.
yeah.
Huh?
That's the best weapon you need.
Oh well, yeah, can't argue with that.
I think it just says that's what I think that's something I always say when it comes to relationships. I think that's what also like plays into who you dating and who you want to like. Because I do think that there should be a compromise here. Because what if it is important to a significant other that they have your location, you have theirs, like you guys have share each other's
That's something I
locations?
don't think you could
Because
force on.
no, it doesn't need to be
Saying on
forced
top of
on or
that.
anything. Like for example, like for me and my sister, my sister was very serious about like, I need your location and you need mine
Mm-hmm.
because we need to understand where you are. Like, you know, like
we live in the same house. We're sisters.
exactly. And
Yeah.
like if you're stranded, I need to know where you
Obviously, yeah,
are
of
or
course.
whatever.
Mhm.
You know, I just feel like if I asked a dude, like, our relationship has advanced to a whole new level and like we are partners and whatever, and I do trust you or whatever, you should trust that I'm not going to use it to stalk you or
But
I'm
let
not going
me
to use
tell
it
you
to maliciously.
Let me tell y'all something. If I think that I have a healthy relationship with a man and I go to him and I say, hey, can we exchange locations for safety? And he tells me no.
That's a problem.
I got a problem with you, nigga, because
Me
what the fuck you
too.
hiding?
Because I'm like,
Because if me
No.
and you, if our house is made of glass and the shit is see-through, then what the fuck you telling me no
yeah,
for?
because I could have easily told, like, I think you asked me for your for
Yeah,
my
and I was like,
location.
Tasha, can I get your location? You said, okay.
Yes, and sure.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here it is.
We asked Cam the same thing. Cam turned it on.
Yeah, because I think
No
for
issue.
me, I immediately think of safety. That's why people have it.
100%.
Because that's how my sister explained it to me. Because first of all, this is because we had each other's location from way
Yeah.
back when, and
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
So when she told me that, I was like, oh, so I think of it as a safety thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think of it like, I mean, I know you could use the spy, but
Yeah.
I don't think about it like that. And it's just like, if I do have a problem with that as well, like if you tell me no, I just be like, damn, you don't even want me to see if I'm safe or you don't want me to
honestly,
know
I
if you're
don't-
safe.
I don't think there's a good enough excuse to just tell me no. Just no. Okay, Oz. No, you tell me no.
Just say
what
no.
am I supposed to do
It
with the
drains
no?
your battery.
Some people really don't like that invasion of privacy. They really like to be.
So we
themselves.
can be nasty and
I'm just
see
saying,
booty
some
holes and
people
all
really
type of
don't
shit,
like
but
that
I
kind of
can't
stuff.
have your
You
location.
Yeah,
obsessed
that's
with
too
booty
much.
hole. You
It's
said
the first thing that
that
popped up. This popped into my head.
That's too much.
Did you see the picture?
I did. It was funny.
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind
kinda
of what
wild.
I said it because it would be funny to add it in again. But anyway,
It's kind of crazy. But yeah, no.
no, but okay, but after the
It's an
no, then
invasion of-
what?
If you trust me, then why do you need it?
If I trust you, why do I need it? Why do I need your location if I trust you?
Mhm.
Why don't you give it if you ain't doing nothing?
Because I don't like to do that kind of stuff.
Why?
But I don't understand the
Why?
trust conversation if somebody
It feels
genuinely
a little gaslighty
Not-
at that point.
No, I just feel like it's just if I'm like, no, I need it for your safety. Like it's a
Yeah,
safety
you
thing.
protect
And
me.
then somebody just turn around and be like, nah.
no,
like,
because I don't do that.
why don't you just trust me?
Privacy.
Nigga, what does it got to do with trust? I just want to make sure that if you text me SOS, I know where you at.
That's
So
what I'm
I can send the
saying.
police. Okay?
Well, dudes know.
Whoop, whoop. There come the police. Like, that's I just want you to be safe. I'm not thinking, like, I'm gonna need dudes out here. Sir, you are not Barack Obama. Okay?
Or you ain't Frank Lucas.
Exactly.
Isn't that the guy with the drugs?
Mhm.
Yup. There you
Okay,
go.
okay,
That was his
yes,
name, right?
okay.
Walter, that was his name.
Okay.
You ain't Frank Lucas.
Yeah, you're not like
The CIA ain't looking for you.
Yeah,
Or are they?
exactly.
Or are they? Because
I
if
do-
that's the case, then you need to let me know because I need to pack my shit and go.
I do have an FBI man. I'm pretty sure he'd be listening to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, probably.
I say hi to him all the time.
Yeah.
But yes, I just feel because you know what I'm saying. Like I just think it's because I understand. Like I understand what you're saying. Oz. Like
Yeah.
I get it. Like that's definitely a perspective that someone can come
Right.
up with. But it's like because if I genuinely be like, yo, I just need you like for safety reasons. What about trust?
I feel like if you tell me, if you say no, but you have a valid reason,
Like drain my battery.
that's not. That's what she said.
Sorry, I gotta look
That's
this up
what
on
she
Google.
said. Google it. That's what she said.
I got to because that's funny.
You gotta come to me with the rock solid reason as to know because trust is not good enough. Because like Tasha said, it has nothing to do with trust and everything to do with safety. If the conversation was the other way around and you asked me, right now the conversation really has shifted because if we're talking about male and females, women are more at a disadvantage, right?
All right, the answer that Google said the short answer is yes.
See?
What? Leaving your
You see?
location services on will make your battery drain faster.
See? So she was
This is
saying the
because the phone's GPS.
She's
chip
right.
I just think that's a very funny excuse. It
But she
drain
was right.
She was right.
We not mad at it.
She-
You see why I didn't question it? I was like, she said it during her battery. And
I think it was a funny response though.
But
it
it's a
drains
true
my
one.
battery because I would just be like,
It makes sense.
me
though.
and you were like, does it though?
It makes sense. So she was right. See, I didn't question
All
it.
right, well,
I didn't
okay.
question it.
Battery safety. I guess battery is more important.
It wins.
It wins.
But okay, back to the topic. Now the conversation shifted. You asked me, hey, babe, can I have your location for safety reasons? If we're talking about who's the weaker target, technically, I'm a weaker target because I'm a woman. He's a man, right? There's statistics would say that it's more likely that something will happen to me and I'll be more defenseless than you as a man, right? And I tell you no. And when you ask me why, I say, don't you trust me? What do you think?
Okay.
Just okay?
Mhm.
You don't think that's odd?
Of course, it's odd. You'll be obviously.
Okay, but
think
so
about
don't
it.
make it sound like I'm like a crazy bitch
Yeah,
because
but
I
if you
have a
asked
problem
me, I
with
was
it.
like, okay, cool.
But wouldn't that kind of your antennas wouldn't tingle a little bit?
My
Like what the
antennas
hell?
can tingle for anything, but that would make it go crazy.
Right. Your antenna would kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Bitch, what the fuck you got going on that I can't see where you at? And if I say no, it's because I don't like to feel like the feds is watching. You gonna be like, bitch, is you crazy? Well, who the
that's
hell is
fine.
looking at you?
so do
Either you
feel
selling
like,
drugs or you selling ass. Which one is it?
So do you feel like women who I should say women because do you feel like people who don't care to share their locations with people should be with people who also feel the same exact way? Because I feel like
Bitches that don't care what the fuck
I
they
don't want
at.
to be with you if you don't want me to share. We don't want to share locations. I just feel like you don't care enough. That's how I feel.
Yeah, like you don't give a fuck if I'm dead in a ditch.
Yeah, you
somewhere.
don't care because my thing is like if my sister's like, yo, where's my sister? Calls you gonna be like, I don't know.
You
I
a
would agree.
nigga.
You supposed to be like, hello.
No.
Well,
You know, I keep smacking my lips
example,
on this
you-
mic.
For example, what like siblings, right? Do you have your sister's location?
think I do, but not on purpose. Like one
But
day I checked
you
and I was like,
have
what the
it,
hell?
though.
Yeah.
But you would need to have your sister location. If something happens to your sister, you need to be the one to go rescue her, right? So now, if we are married, I feel like this is not even a conversation.
Oh, child,
I need to have
please.
your location, and you need to have mine.
Yeah, if we're married,
Don't
child,
even
please.
make that face because
Okay.
it's not even. What the hell? I feel like everybody that live under this motherfucking roof and we all got the same last name locations need to be on.
I agree 1,000% because if I'm gonna have my kids' location, I'm definitely having my husband's
Everybody,
location.
even down to the dog.
Yes.
Me, Bella, the husband, the kids, my mama, everybody who live in this
Everybody,
house,
location.
location needs
Yep.
to be on. Because
Yep.
if some shit happen, especially the people that you know is going to come rescue you. If something were to happen to you and you need someone to come get you, I need to know where you're at because I'm the one with the car. I'm the one that needs to come rescue you. So it's like, okay, you don't want everybody to have your location, fine, but
I don't give our location to everybody.
somebody has to have your fucking location.
It should be a few trusted people. And then I feel like if you
Jesus
don't have that few trusted
Christ.
people, then I'm like, child, go get you some.
And
few
if you
trusted
have a
people.
problem with sharing your location, if you have a good enough reason, I say, okay, fine.
I
Whatever.
don't see what the good enough
What- I
reason
was
is.
gonna say,
I'm
is there a
sorry.
good enough reason?
Guys,
I'm like, what
can you
reason is
share
it?
with us what may be some good reasons to not share your
Yeah,
location?
actually
Walter,
do.
what you think? What's a good reason not to
Besides,
share
it
your
drains
location?
your battery.
What's a good, what you think? Walter, tell us. Walter's our engineer, by the way. What is a good reason to not want to share your location? What you got? What you think?
As far as what? As far as a guy?
I guess,
as a man,
just in
yeah.
general, I guess.
I think guys just look at it differently.
Tell me how.
Like, you'll never hear a guy say to his other guy friend, yo, share your location with me. I want to
Yeah,
make sure you get home
That's their
safe.
privilege. That's
Because
another. I
we
can't
don't
wait
think,
for that
we don't
privilege
think that way.
episode. I
But
can't
when
wait.
that's why you said if you have your sisters, but would you have your brothers?
But then that's an
It's
issue, you
different.
guys, because as men,
That's a
you
good-
guys also deserve for people to care about your
Exactly.
safety.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it gets a little crazy when it's like not a serious relationship. But I
Okay,
think
fair.
when
Yeah.
it gets to a serious level, then
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
let's
That's
just
fine.
know where everyone's at.
Yeah.
But it gets a little crazy when it's in the dating phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I said, if you're not my man, why do you have my
Yeah,
location?
you know what I
Yeah.
meant relationship, but you
Yeah.
can still date in your
But
relationship.
I like that point, Walter. No, I like that point because he's absolutely right. And
Yeah.
we wouldn't think of it that way because for us, it's such a huge safety
It's kind of like
thing.
why do women travel in packs when we all go to the bathroom?
Exactly.
When one person got to go to the bathroom, like at
Everybody
the club,
goes.
it's
Everybody
like
goes.
let's go, let's
Yeah.
go, girls.
Yeah.
And I remember a guy I was talking to said he was like, "Why do y'all women do that?" And I was like, "Well, we do that for safety reasons.
Yeah.
You know, there was this one bar that I had went to, and where the bathroom was, it was very hidden.
Mhm.
Like they had like curtains, but remember in like clubs and bars, like this very dark.
Mhm.
So I was just like, I remember just standing there and I was like, yo, if somebody wanted to like attack someone, they could. And no one could hear it because of the music, because the way it was just hidden in the corner. And I was like, and I just, when he asked me that question, I just thought about that bar. And I was just like, that's why women go to bathrooms together, because anything could happen. A guy could literally just like tussle you in there.
While you're going in, push right in.
Push
behind
right
you.
in, and then
Yeah.
anything could happen. And there have been stories when that happened
Yeah.
to women as well.
Yeah.
So, but that's such a great point.
They
because-
don't think like that. They
and
don't.
they don't, and that's part of the. I can't wait for
Like
that.
I remember.
I can't wait for that episode.
I remember one day, my boyfriend and I, or his friend, our friend in common, had like a barbecue at his house.
Mhm.
Then another one of his friends came over, and he was going to like a girl. He was going to meet up a girl,
Okay.
and then but he was like he was a little bit like
Tipsy?
Yeah, he was like a little. He could drive, but he was a little tipsy.
Mhm.
And then he's like.
we don't condone any time
Drink and
for drinking
driving, by
while
the way,
driving.
of course.
don't
But he
condone
was
it.
fine to drive. He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been. Nobody would have let him go if he wasn't fine.
Right.
But then it's funny because I remember my boyfriend was like, "Brittany, he's fine," and I'm like, "Are you okay? Do you need water? What do you need? Like, let us know when you get there, so you're safe." He's like, "I'm a grown ass man. Can you stop?" And then my boyfriend's like, "Can you stop?" And I'm like, we can't know when he get there safely. Damn. And he's like, Brittany, like, just, we don't do that. Or I'll be like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I just left from my thing's house. I'm home. I'm like, oh, did you let them know? No. And I'm like, oh, so y'all don't give a fuck about if y'all get there, if y'all reach, if y'all land. They don't give a shit.
Y'all men need to check up on each other a little bit more. I do know it's something.
We do it sometimes.
What are the circumstances? Under what
I feel like
circumstances?
it's something that we need to. Y'all
when
need to
we
do all
all
the time.
go our separate ways and everybody's a little too smacked. Yo, I'm home. Yo, I'm home. Yo, I'm home. I'm on the way. 5 minutes. Things like that.
Okay.
But if we at somebody's house and I'm going back home,
But
I'll
if
see you
y'all all
tomorrow.
in a group chat, you can't be like, all right, y'all, I'm home.
I'll just answer your message, but lets you know that I'm home. Somebody will probably send like a sports thing. I like it.
If
I'm
I was a
good.
dude, I would be the one in the friend group that'll be like, I'm home, guys, and nobody answers me
nobody's not
back.
like that.
So they just don't
Yo,
care.
shut up.
Just randomly, I'm
Shut up.
home.
Just like make fun of it. Like, no, it's not happening, bro. But if we all out drinking and everybody's going their separate ways and we're far, like we're in the city or something, everybody take their car home. Then of course, yo, I'm home. Yo, I'm here. Blah blah blah.
But you know, this goes to the point that men and women really do like think very differently when
We
it comes
live
to
different
things.
lives.
Because my boyfriend and I were playing a game, and in the game, it's a game. It's a game for couples because you know I also see couples, and I wanted to try out the game, so I made him and I play it, and it was like a survival game.
Okay.
So the game is you are stranded on an island with your partner. There's a whole bunch of supplies on the beach, but you can only carry 10 items together.
Okay.
But the exercise is that you have to come up with 10 and I had to come up with 10 items. And then
I think I heard of this game before.
together we had to come up with, then make one list of our 10 items. So out of 10, him and I, without discussing, had agreed on 6.
It's good.
So we were on the same page with 6. 4 was the disagreement. The game actually ended up going really well because he ended up taking 2 of mine and we decided on 2 of his and 2 of mine. So
Right.
it ended up well. But it's funny because the main issue that we were having was he thought more practical, I thought more comfort.
Okay.
So I thought more comfort and safety, and he thought, what do we need to get off of this island? And then I was like, well, I remember I was like, we need a tent because we can't sleep outside in the elements. You need shelter. And I was like, and if we're going to have a tent, we might as well have the sleeping bags to sleep comfortably in the tent.
Yeah, because
And then my other thing was we need a knife and we need a gun. Because knife, you need to cut shit. And gun, if a bear comes your way, you are not a knife man. So a gun, you can shoot, it's long range. But the thing is, the gun has a limited amount of bullets. So technically, after you get rid of the gun, it's useless. So then the argument went back because he decided on we need a map and we need a compass. And in my head, Tasha, map and compass never even ran. I'm like, we in a deserted island. If we get found, we get found. What the fuck we need a compass for? Ain't nothing here but us and the animals. But he's like, no, because you never know. On this side of the island, there's water. But then how would I know how to get back to you?
that's true.
I went south. I have to go back north or whatever it may be. And it's funny because he pointed it out to me. He was just like, it's so funny how different men and women think. You're thinking about safety and comfort. And I'm thinking about how do I get us off of this island? And then when we made our decision, I remember I gave him the compass and I gave him the map. And he gave me the gun and the tent.
Yeah.
And that's how we ended up compromising. But it was an interesting exercise because it kind of shows, well, the exercise was actually to test how good you're able to let your partner lead you.
Yeah.
Like how good,
I thought it was compromise.
No, it's more because there's statistics that say that men that allow their women to lead them live longer, are better husbands and are better fathers when they allow their women to lead them, to kind of suggest things for them, and they're open to suggestions from their partners.
Okay.
So that's what the exercise was about. And for us, it wasn't an issue because we compromise very well and we think similarly about a lot of things.
Okay.
So, but the main thing that we found interesting was just the different way of thinking. He didn't think about safety. He said, I just need a knife. And I'm like, so if a bear comes, what are you going to do? He said, I got a knife. I'm like, sis, when you know how to kill somebody with a knife? A bear. And then he's like, I mean, because, you know, I'm a bad man. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Get the gun. And then he's like, all right, baby. All right, cool with the gun. You can take the gun. And it goes to Walter's point that we live in a world where safety has to be our number one. And
it does, because it's always compromised.
And it goes to your point of privilege. Then men don't have to necessarily worry about that because it's more likely that they will return home in one piece than us.
Yes, of course. That's why they don't That's why even when you're like dating someone, you going on your first date, a girl
Yes.
probably like that's. I always share my location, especially when I'm on the first date. Well, I share my location indefinitely anyway, but
But on a
I'd be
first
like,
date?
y'all pay attention. You
I
know?
have a friend.
I would even. There's been even instances where my friends have been on the first date. They just sat somewhere else.
Yep.
You know, and girls do that sometimes.
And
Well,
it's
I
the
mean,
same- well, we
good,
did it to be
good
nosy.
friends, because some girl groups don't be good friends, but
Right.
like good girlfriends, they sometimes do that just for safety because it is
Yeah.
important. But men don't think about that.
No, they
They're just like, oh, I just get in my car and I like. There's
They
a reason
don't.
why a guy may not. I remember one guy got I could feel like he was a little offended
Mhm.
when I didn't make him pick me up from my house. I made him pick me up from Dollar General. In front of Dollar General, because I was just like, I don't know if you're crazy and if you know my address, you know.
Mhm.
And then I think in his mind he was like, well, but then I mean he probably did understand after a while, he did, but like he was just a little like, okay, well,
I remember when I went out on a date with this guy, I made him pick me up at the corner. Like, not directly in front of my building, like at the corner. But in my head, I'm like, bitch, you just look at the rearview mirror. He said, what building you came out of? But
yeah, because ain't that the only building on the block? No. Yes. That's the only building on the block.
It
So he's
is.
gonna know.
So, but then
But he don't
after-
know. You could have came down 2 blocks.
Yeah, or he didn't know whose house that was. That could have been my mom's, my dad's, my friends.
And
Like,
he don't know
he doesn't know.
what floor, what apartment.
Yeah, he
so
didn't
you're
know
fine.
any of those
Mhm.
things. So honestly, I also know of some girls that they ask a date for like their ID, they take a picture of it, and then they send it to their friends. Like, bitch, if anything happens to me, I'm with this nigga right here.
I don't know if a guy would be that willing to.
But then
his
again,
ID.
if you have nothing to like you have nothing to hide, Oz, I have a question for you. He over here not paying attention. If I go,
he's like, I said what I said.
you
The niggas
asked me
said
on
what
a
they said.
date. You asked me on a date. We don't know each other outside of you and I. Like, we don't have any mutual friends or anything. And I say, hey, do you mind like if I take a picture of your ID just like for safety reasons to like send to my friends? What do you say? How would that make you feel?
No.
Yeah, I agree. I
Huh?
feel
No. that's not
That
happening.
would make you feel uncomfortable?
Why do you need my ID? Take a picture
Yeah.
of my face, my license plate. You need my
Okay,
ID.
that's fair.
That's kinda
Okay,
That's
so
true.
you're not saying no because it's weird. It's no kind of like there's other options
Yeah, don't
besides
take
my
I
ID.
need
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Because if somebody, if I was a dude, I would say no too.
Yeah.
Even as a woman, no.
But
It's
some
like, I don't know
women
what you
do
gonna with
that
my
though.
What?
Some women do that.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they bugging.
Some women do that.
Sorry.
I mean, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
My circumstance was different. Like when I went on the first day with my boyfriend, I didn't have an issue with him coming to pick me up at my door because like we already knew of each other. He wasn't a complete stranger.
That's different. Yeah, because y'all knew
Yeah,
each other,
we
and
were-
also y'all
yeah.
have like mutual friends. Yes.
So when I was like, yeah, I'm going on this date with da 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 da, they know exactly who he is, where the fuck he lives, or whatever. And I remember
That's the comfort of dating someone that you kind
and
of already know.
I remember a while ago I went on a date with he wasn't my friend, but he was a coworker of one of my friends. And I didn't have an issue with him coming to get me either because I was like, if anything happens, they know exactly who to go, and she knows exactly who he is and where he stay at, social security number, and all of that.
That's true too.
So it kind of.
but when
it
you date
depends.
complete strangers,
like off of a website or something like
Like,
that. Yeah.
you picking me up on in front of
Yeah.
Dollar General. He was just, it was funny because he was like, yo, the GPS can say Dollar General. I was like, that's where she lived. And he was like, you came out of work? I was like, no, I do not work at Dollar General. No.
No shade.
And then, no shade, of
No
course.
shade.
But I don't work at Dollar General. He was just like, so you just had me picking you up in front of a store?
Yes.
I was like, yeah. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, for safety reasons. I'm like, I don't know who you are. He kind of laughed. He was like, I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
and I remember one time too, some guy was I don't know, this was years ago, and then he goes, oh, can I take you on a drink? I'm like, no, I don't know you. And he was like, well, how are we supposed to get to know each other? I'm like, I don't know, but you just said hi to me and you want to take me on a drink. I don't know you. You could be a serial killer. And then then I had another one was like, yeah, so like when you're trying to go on vacation, what part of I don't know you do you not understand?
Yeah, that's another weird thing that I realize men do. They kind of jump the gun. They're like, yeah, let's like I remember some guy was like, what country would you love to visit? And I was like, I've always wanted to like visit like Japan.
Mhm.
He goes, oh, let's go. I was like, how about we go on a first date first? How about you learn my middle name? I don't even have one, but you know,
You don't.
find
That's
out what
funny.
my middle name is. Can I know what your favorite color is before we go to Japan together? And you know, there are stories of people who their first date is a trip.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Well, this is alleged. But the blogs were saying that I think it was the actor Leonardo DiCaprio. He took like a date.
He always find bitches out. No
yeah,
shit.
he
Women.
flew her out to Italy for dinner. And I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, that's rich people stuff. Like, rich people live on the edge because they're rich, you know? But like,
But to them, that's normal.
us regular folk, we can't do that. Like, I'm
But
not
I
flying
also
anywhere with a
appreciate
stranger.
if we fly to somewhere that is like mutual. Like, even let's say, for example, if somebody say, hey, I'm flying you out to London, as long as I have a way to get there and get back, I don't necessarily see what's the issue. But I feel like me and you would have had to at least, I need to know what you look like on FaceTime. I need to have a conversation with you.
Mhm.
It's not like we've only ever texted and then I'm going on blind faith.
That's what
That,
people do, and that's
to
what
me, is
some
scary.
guys expect.
To
Like,
me, that's
it's really
scary.
crazy. I had interaction with another dude who was moving to Chicago, and he was like, let's meet up in Chicago. I was like, dude, I don't even like. I literally spoke to him. Let's say I spoke to him on Monday. He asked me to fly out and come to Chicago on Friday. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm going to Chicago. Why?
Yeah. It's something different if you're already going to Chicago and he says, oh, you're in Chicago, let's link up. That's something different. But
I
not
will
me.
have y'all
We'll be
at
there.
that date. I would like, can y'all just be
Absolutely.
stationed over there? I don't play that.
Absolutely.
I do
But
not
that's
trust
something
people at all.
different than flying. And then if you like, yeah, I'll buy you a ticket, but you only buy me on one way, I feel like you're buying me on one way to my death. Why don't I
Yes,
have a round way trip?
I will
Like,
be
what's
cut
going
up in
on?
somebody's refrigerator. 100%.
I'm like, I need
Mhm.
because at least if you buy me a round trip, it's like, okay, like you're expecting that I'm going to return.
You know what I mean? You have plans for me next
come
Tuesday to
back.
go home.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm with you, girl.
Or
I agree.
if somebody says like, oh, or if it's like a short flight somewhere and I'm gonna be back in the same day, it's like, all right, well, maybe.
Yeah.
But okay, so Oz, what's your final word on this location sharing?
It's all about trust.
So yay or nay for you?
I'm fine with it. I have no issue with it.
It's
I don't think
all
it should be an
about-
issue at all if you
Mhm.
guys are in a healthy place. You
Mhm.
guys respect each other and
Yeah.
understand each other. What's the problem?
Mhm.
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
What's the problem, y'all? Let us know.
Yeah, well, we agreed.
Mhm.
we
We
sharing
did.
locations.
We did.
Okay, with our
Yeah.
significant others. Period.
In a healthy relationship.
In a healthy relationship, of course.
Yeah, because if y'all not healthy, please don't stress yourself out with that.
If
So
y'all
I
not
fucking
in a good
stress.
place, I shouldn't even be together in the first place. But
I mean, but
that's
people
neither
don't-
here nor there.
Okay. Yep.
Mhm.
I agree.
Okay, it's time for our palate cleanse.
You forgot the name, didn't you?
Hmm?
You forgot the
I
name, didn't
did.
you?
I was like, what is that thing that we do every episode? So our palate cleanse is today.
Oh, I have the name. What?
Yes, because
The palate cleanse is interesting. It's what is it that people? What is something that people fake do a lot? I don't know if I worded it right.
It's something that I have it.
What is it? What is something?
What
that,
is something people do that's fake?
Yeah, what
That's
is
what I
something
have.
that people do that's fake? Can I go first on this
Of
one?
course.
Did I go first on the last one?
I don't know what you did. It's fine.
Because I couldn't think of any. I couldn't think of any. So I
What'd
only
you
have
do?
two.
You had good ones.
Yeah, I feel like people fake laugh a lot.
That's a
Like
good one.
they fake laugh at things.
I have fake laugh.
Or like, and also because also people tend to a lot of people tend to have humor as a defense mechanism.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like when situations get awkward or when they don't know what to do or they're anxious, they will laugh.
Yeah, I
So
do that.
sometimes it's people's defense mechanism, and sometimes it's like you just like when your boss says like a joke, but you don't think it's funny, and you gotta laugh.
Yeah, they
'cause-
think they're funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I do that
Or-
a lot when people flirt with me unexpectedly. Like,
Yeah,
when they
it's
come out
kinda
of
like,
nowhere. I be like,
Yeah,
they didn't say nothing that was that funny. I just be like,
yeah. It's almost like you don't know what else to do.
I'm like, I don't know.
So I
Mhm.
think people fake laugh a lot. I
Yeah.
think people fake say it's okay a lot. Like when something happens, they will be like, no, it's okay. But if you really think about it later on, like, bitch, goddamn, no, it was not okay. Like
I
I
do
wasn't
that
okay
too.
with that. And I think my other one leads into that too, is that I think people tend to fake apologize a lot as well. I have a story. When I was
Do I
in
fake
grad
apologize?
school,
I don't fake apologize.
I think people tend to fake apologize.
I
and
do
and I'm
understand.
gonna have a story. I have a story for you guys on that. So when I was in grad school, when I was in a program, I was one of two women that were black. Not even women, just two. It was me and another girl that were like very clearly black.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We identified as black. There were other people of color, but that were saying that we're black. No, they were
Mhm.
saying they're Latino, Mexican, whatever, but not black. To the point that it was 2 cohorts. They had put one black bitch here and another black bitch here. We were never
not black bitch.
we were never in the same classes because they had to put one over here and one over there. We were rarely ever in classes together. So we were in a cultural class, and I will never forget this class. We were talking about race and privilege, and we did this exercise where Tasha, like, you've seen the exercise. They do it on YouTube all the time, where it's like, if you can go to the bank and get a loan for a house, step forward.
Yeah.
Or if you could go to the supermarket and get a Band-Aid in your color, give yourself 3 points. So it was one of those exercises where they gave circumstances. And then
Jane Lynch, I think her name is, she used to do those exercises.
Right. So
on race. I think
ours were points. So at the end of the exercise, everyone had to tally up their points. And who you think had the least amount of points in that
people
class?
of color, black people.
Me specifically.
Yeah, because you were the only black girl, right?
The only one that identified as black. Because there was another one in there that was black, but that's not my
she
place.
Didn't want to.
It wasn't a she. It's not my place to call anybody what they're not, right?
Oh.
He was, if not my complexion, a tiny bit darker.
Was he Latinx?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, but that's not, it's not my place to tell you what you are and what you aren't. All I know is that I identified as a black woman. So when I did the exercise, I did it from the perspective as of a black woman, which has
he must have been hella
confused
confused when he had to step up and down.
Which has nothing to do with the fact that I am Latina, but my race is, I'm a black woman. I've never denied it. So I had the least amount of stuff. Then I had another classmate who was white. She also happened to be Jewish. So the conversation started happening, and she basically was trying to say that as a Jewish woman, she's very much marginalized. And I said, okay, religion-wise, fine. There's hatred towards, there's anti-Semitism with Jewish people. I absolutely agree. But then I made the comment, I wonder what people are going to say about this. I was like, okay, fair, I agree. But at the end of the day, if you wake up tomorrow and say that you no longer want to be Jewish, you still reap all the benefits of being a white woman in America.
Yeah, it's very true.
Right? If you decide that you no longer want to dress like this and you just want to...
Was she an Orthodox Jewish woman?
She wasn't super, super Orthodox, but you like... If you see her, you wouldn't think she was Jewish. You would just think she was like a regular white girl.
Okay.
But when she tells you she's Jewish, you're like, oh, okay, I could see it.
Okay.
It's like that. And then I made that comment. You wake up tomorrow, you say you no longer want to be Jewish, you reap all the benefits of being a white woman in America. However, I can't wake up tomorrow and say I don't want to be black and then reap your benefits. So ultimately, although religion makes you a part of the marginalized community,
like you have a
different. It is different as a black woman.
Yes.
Because for me, it's skin deep. I cannot live outside of this body. So whatever comes with being black, I have to deal with it every single day. You have a choice. And I'm not saying that religion is not like that religion is somehow less than. It's just different.
Yeah.
Because even if let's say I was Muslim, I can decide that I no longer want to be Muslim, but I'm still black. Do you know what I mean? Baby, she ain't like that. She did not like that I said that. She was just like, what are you talking about? There's neo-Nazis that are after my people. And if you go to certain states, we can't do da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, girl, I never said that there's not religious prejudice. Like, I know that there is. However, it does not take away the fact that you're still a white woman in America.
Yeah.
And if me and you are walking down the hall or me and you are walking down the street and somebody says, a girl stole something and me and you are the only 2 girls there, they're gonna look at me before they look at you.
Yeah.
And that's just the privilege of skin. The privilege of skin. You could have been a motherfucking thief, but they're not gonna look at you right away. They're going to look at me first. That's what prejudice is, right?
Of course.
That's what racism is, right?
Right.
Okay, she didn't like that shit. And no one else in the class spoke up. No one said anything. Everybody stayed quiet. Then we go on break and I speak to my friend who was next to me. I love her dearly, but I didn't like that she did that. I was like, am I bugging? And she was like, no, you're not bugging. Like, yeah, you being a black woman is different.
But she didn't speak up for you.
When it was time to come back to the conversation, silence. She said nothing. And I remember I was texting Jen hi, Jenny. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and I remember I was so upset because I'm like, we're therapists and we're supposed to be culturally competent. And nobody wants to speak up and say anything. Nobody wants to say, you know, Brittany has a point, or but look at it from this perspective. Nobody said anything. I felt so uncomfortable, Tasha, that towards the end of the class, I was like, you know what? I just want to apologize to you because I wasn't trying to minimize you or your experience, whatever it may be.
Well, you a bigger person.
Because I almost felt like I had to apologize for her. Almost kind of like, you remember Funky Dineva always says that white women are the semi-precious jewel of the United States. It's almost like you must, like, I felt this thing where I felt like I had to cater, and I apologized. And I remember on the way home on the train, I was like, why the fuck did I apologize?
Yeah, I remember when you told me. I was like, oh, I wish you never apologized.
I was like, why the fuck did I?
You should have been like, you better eat that shit. That's what you should have said.
I was like, I did not say absolutely
no, you didn't say anything wrong.
And I didn't minimize her experience. I kept telling her,
and did you really feel sorry?
No.
Yeah.
I almost said it because I felt like I had to, because her feathers were ruffled. Like I had to. So I had to fake apologize. You know what I did the next day?
What?
I went back to class, and when my professor was like, oh, is there anything that you guys have in your mind in regards to our conversation from yesterday? I was like, yeah, I have something to say. You know how I apologized to you yesterday? Yeah, I take it back. I ain't mean that shit.
Okay.
I was like, I didn't mean it. And I was just like, not because I'm not sorry for what your people went through. And I remember I was like, because I understand what you people went through, because we learn more about the Holocaust than we do slavery.
That's very true.
So I completely understand what it is that your people went through, but I don't see why I should have apologized, because I didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah.
What I said stands. It stands the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide to wake up and no longer be religious, and then you're a regular white woman in America with all the privileges. I can't do that. Even if I were to bleach my skin, it still would not work.
No.
Not only am I black, but I have very much black features.
Yeah.
Right? Girl, I guess she went home and felt some type of way about it too, because after I said that, she pulled out a soliloquy that she had written about her grandmother and her great-grandmother that was sold to this and then this, that, and the third. And mind you, in my head, I'm like, that's nice and everything, but you still white and I'm still black. So I'm not really sure. So that was my example of kind of fake apologizing when you don't necessarily mean it, because, and I do feel that sometimes white women, to a certain extent, they weaponize their tears and being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then you're almost pulled into this thing where it's like, if I don't make her feel better, then I'm fucked up. I'm the wrong person, or I'm the bad person.
I kind of stand. I never felt that though, because I always felt like I don't fake apologize. But
I
understand.
In a program when they're the majority.
Yeah.
Tasha, and we can have a conversation.
Not even that. It's even in corporate America.
In corporate America.
I mean, corporate America is very prominent that if you ruffle someone's feathers, especially like if it's like a person of authority, and if that person is like white, it's also like I have to apologize, or I have to like make it right, or
Carol's
whatever.
upset.
So, but are you really sorry? No, you're not really sorry.
Because I said what I said, and I didn't say it in a disrespectful manner or what it is.
Yeah.
It is okay for us to be, you are marginalized, but so am I.
Right.
Everyone's marginalized. Yours is religion. Mine's is race. But at the end of the day, for example, there was this other girl in the class. She's Muslim, and she was dark. Like, she was a little darker than me. And she was like, Brittany, I completely agree with you.
But why didn't she say nothing?
That's what I'm talking about.
Nobody said.
I think she walked in late to class that day.
If she walked in late,
I told her afterwards. And she was like, and mind you, she was friends with her. And she was like, yeah, I completely agree with you. Because if I decide today that I no longer want to be Muslim, I still look like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So what, and mind you, I wasn't necessarily arguing with her to say that my issues are bigger than hers. I'm just saying mine's go deeper than yours.
Yeah.
But that's my
I'm glad that you took your
I took my shit back.
You took your shit back.
And I remember I had to have a conversation with the professor and everything about it, because I was not having it.
Let me give my palate cleanse. Mine is, I don't even remember what it was again. What is it? That's the longest swallow.
Pause. What are things that people do? Fake things that people do?
Yes, the fake things that people do. I think I feel like I'm fake because all the things that you mentioned, I'm like, I've definitely done. I've definitely fake laughed at people's not so funny jokes, and I definitely I rarely fake apologize. If I don't feel like apologizing, I'm not. I
admire that.
I'm glad you said no, because you already know I don't.
No, I admire that about you. I think it's an excellent quality. You don't bend your standards or where your morals lie for anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I think that's very big.
I think people are oh, you know what people are fake with? I just noticed this like 2 weeks ago, actually, and I was like, oh my God, people are so fake. I didn't even realize people say these type of things and be so fake. Like there was I was talking to no, I wasn't talking to. I was overhearing someone's conversation, like they was talking to someone else, and then they were like, oh my gosh, I'm getting fat. Right? And then they turned around, and then I think some days passed, and we were talking about I was talking about the Beyonce concert and something like that. And I was talking about, because there's a video where Lizzo and SZA, they're like on FaceTime. I don't know if you guys see that. I love their friendship. Where they were like, Lizzo was like, shoot, I will go up. I will be a background singer. I just want tickets to the show. Because
for Beyonce?
I think they were having issues of finding tickets for the show. I'm like, SZA and Lizzo?
It's not the money.
I'm like, Beyonce, give them a ticket, honey. Right. Especially Lizzo. Like, give them a ticket.
Girl, Beyonce about her paper.
But right, Beyonce's like, you better pay for that.
I don't care if you Michelle Obama,
which is perfectly fine. But I remember I was telling them about that. We were laughing about it. They were like, oh my God, Lizzo's like so gorgeous and everything. And I'm like, which Lizzo absolutely is. But in my mind, I look back and I'm like, Lizzo was a plus size girl. And some people would call her fat or whatever. She is beautiful woman, whatever, who cares? And I'm just like, yeah, this is what makes people fake. You gain 1 or 2 pounds. You just made it seem like it was so negative for you to be gaining that 1 or 2 pounds that you may be being fat or getting fat. But then turn around and be like, oh my God, Lizzo was so gorgeous. But you just said that you just use fatness as like something negative, but then turn around and call a girl who is fat gorgeous. I just think it's fake. Because
like you're not mentioning her weight at all.
Not even not mentioning her weight at all. It's just a fakeness of like, it's like you think, because you don't think fatness is positive,
because you
don't think it's attractive. You were just complaining about it, but then turn around and be like, oh well, she's gorgeous, like whatever.
But what if the rebuttal is two things could be true at the same time? I can think that it's not good on me, but I think she's beautiful.
That could be it. But I also do think that in society, people do be fake.
Fair.
With the idea of like, you know, oh my God, Lizzo or any plus. I'm just using Lizzo because I can't think of anybody else, but like, this person is so gorgeous. This person is so attractive. But then turn around and be like, yeah, but I don't want to be fat though. Because nobody ever says I don't want to be skinny or I don't want to be slim thick. Or
the girls are saying that.
Slim thick. Yeah, the girls saying that, but at the same time, they're like, oh, I don't want to be slim thick.
Is slim.
Yeah, it's slim. Exactly. So it's just like, I feel like instance like people be fake with that. Because it's just like at the same time, it's like, yeah, y'all saying this person is beautiful, but at the same time, if you were to step into her skin, you wouldn't want to. You'd be like, oh my God, I'm ugly. Then it's like,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah. I see what you mean.
So I think people are fake with that a lot. And I was going to say another thing about corporate America, why I feel like there's a lot of fakeness in corporate America. Because a lot of times I think that's what professionalism is just you being fake. Like having to sit there and just be like when they're like, how did you feel about the meeting? I feel like it went great. I didn't give a fuck about the meeting.
This should have been a fucking email.
Not even if it should have been an email. I should just not came in. Why am I here today? Like, oh my God. Like, or even when people.
Oh my God, do you think that training was helpful? Yeah.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
I learned so much, bitch.
Or even that.
I already knew all of this.
I remember like I had someone come up to me. A lot of people, like a lot of my managers in my different jobs have come up to me and be like, you know, how do you feel about this job so far? Especially like if I'm 6 months in or whatever. And it's like, of course, I'm not going to tell you, you know, I'm overworked. You know, this is a lot.
I'm underpaid.
I don't want to do this. I am very much underpaid. When is this situation, like maybe it's a project, when is this situation going to end? I'm not going to be real with you for real. Or I'm not going to tell you who at the job get on the last of my nerves, and if you don't do something about them, I'm gonna slap them.
Or who's not
I'm not going
working,
to
who's
say
slacking
that.
off.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be very real. Like, I'm going to be fake,
Yeah.
basically. I'm going to be very fake
Mhm.
about how I feel about things, because everyone always wants you to be honest in corporate America, but it's not true.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you're honest, all of a sudden they're going to treat you differently. You may get fired,
Yep.
and they're going to go to HR,
Yep.
or they're going to go to your manager.
Send you to HR.
They're gonna send you to HR, or they're just gonna hold it against you. So, and that's why I feel like so many people, and I'm one of those people. I may thrive in corporate America. I may do my job very, very well, but I don't want to be in corporate America.
It's exhausting.
I cannot live in that just pool of fakeness all the time. There's some genuine friendships and some genuine people that you meet, and you guys have that one-on-one conversation and that one-on-one connection. But I'm talking about in general the environment,
Yeah.
right? I can't tell that's the issue that I have. I can't tell someone, a senior person who's an executive, that
Or a partner.
that they need to mind their business.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, you need to mind your business.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that, because if I do, they're going to look at me like, excuse me, you can't
Yeah.
say something like that. You have to be fake and just be like, oh, she's wonderful.
Mhm.
No, she's not.
Mm-hmm. Or when they want to butt in and shit that they don't got to butt in
Exactly.
and miss them, leave.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's weird to be in a situation where you always have to be fake, or even like in corporate America, that the politics about it, like the whole political shit, is just a whole bunch of just fakeness. And it's just gross to me.
It's
Like
exhausting.
I get so uncomfortable with it. So I personally, that's why it's not my zhush. Like, it's not my
for you.
thing. It's
I
not for
have one
me
more.
at all.
I have one more. I think you're gonna laugh.
What?
I think people be fake saying that babies is cute.
Thank you. No, that's a real one. I will say this though, Brittany. I will never tell somebody's child that they're ugly. I will never say
not
that.
to their face.
Not to their face. Yeah, not to their face. I would never ever do something like that. But there are children out there, and we've had private conversations about, and they're not like children of people that we know. It's like celebrity
Yeah,
people's
yeah.
kids. We have talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one that we both agree. We'll talk about it later. And we're just like, dang, hang. But I would never call that out in public.
I think people. Oh my God, she's so precious. You know that how you know your baby.
But I think
ugly?
that's fake. Like, just say,
That's what I'm saying. It's
just lie.
fake.
If you're gonna be fake,
Like,
lie.
Oh my!
Like,
I remember a guy. I think Portia Williams. Somebody said with her daughter, they were like, she looked just like her daddy, but her daddy ain't cute.
who said that?
On Housewives, somebody was like, oh, she looked just like her daddy, and we know her dad. Like, they basically didn't call the baby ugly, but they said that the daddy is ugly and the baby looked just like her daddy. So it's like, you are to deduce that the baby's also, mind you, I don't think so, but that made it funny. I think people lie when it comes to babies.
I think so too. You're very
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Or even like if you show
Or a
somebody,
couple.
yes,
You
show somebody like your man, and
Oh
they be
my
like,
God. Oh my
okay.
God, he's good. I feel like
Okay.
if you're in a trusted friendship with people, I think we still be fake. No,
I don't think we fake. Well, at least we're not.
No, we probably not. But like,
Because like,
it's
let's say you're
hard.
like, oh, Brittany, look at this guy that's trying to talk to me. I'll be like, okay. I mean, is it giving? Oh my God, no. But
yeah,
like,
I feel like
we're pretty
we're pretty
honest.
honest.
yeah,
I do feel like when you have like when you just became friends with someone or someone that you like, but they're whatever, and they're like look at my man. I'd be like, oh my God,
right. Or you'll pick up something that is nice. Like,
Yeah.
let me tell you, he got a smile on him. That's a
Exactly.
beautiful smile.
I feel like, remember that episode of That's So Raven when Chelsea made her a sculpture and she hated it
Mhm.
and her voice go higher? I realized something. When I'm lying and being fake, my voice go higher.
You know
I'd be
who
like,
told me-
yeah, I love it so much. It's great.
You know who told me
And I'm
I do that too?
who?
Our friend. One of our friends told me I do that because we were talking about someone's husband, or I don't know what it was, and then she was like, I think they ugly, and I was like, no, I don't think. She was like, if your boys had to go that high,
Yeah.
you think he's ugly, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
I
And
do
then
the
he was
same
like,
thing.
what do you think? And I'm like, I mean, I don't think that. He was like,
Yeah,
Brittany, you're lying.
Yeah, like I go higher.
I didn't notice I did that, but I guess I'll do that.
I guess we
too.
both do it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess we're not.
But honestly, I think I
People be
don't
fake.
know. I don't know what the world would be like if everyone was brutally honest.
That's true.
I don't know if I don't know if society would be able to function.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we have the mental capacity. Like
Mm-mm.
we're already pretty fragile as people.
Yeah.
So I feel like
especially nowadays with with social media. Social media has made us so soft.
yeah, I think social media kind of triggers people's insecurities a lot. Yeah.
Like I just got into it with some girl over a dog video. Cause I made a comment on this dog video and I basically said everyone is too sensitive because you can't base this woman's parenting of her dog off of one video.
So what happened in the video was that somebody was stopping to interview. Now they do those videos and they stop and interview random people on the street. Someone was stopping to interview her. She was walking her dog. The dog started shaking and just taking and just took himself off of the leash and tried to run into traffic, run into the street. But she quickly grabbed him. Okay, she quickly grabbed him and everything was fine. People in the comments were saying that, oh, take the dog away. She's not worthy of being like a dog
that
mom.
Dog is scared of her. Did you see how she grabbed the dog?
And I'm like, and the reason why I understood what you were coming from because I know Bella. Bella is a dog that like she just
when she's outside,
excited.
you can't control her.
Exactly. And I feel like so many people, it's kind of like not even forget dogs, even children, toddlers are like that.
Yeah.
If you like. I don't think you're a bad parent if like your kid tries to. I've seen that happen too.
Or
like,
if you're holding their hand and they get away from you.
They get away from you. The kids be quick and they be like whatever. It's just to call somebody a bad parent or a bad like dog owner. It's like unnecessary.
It's not
fair. But she call you a bum?
No, she called me.
No, she called you a bum.
Yeah,
and I was like, first of all, I didn't understand why she called you a bum because it had nothing to do with the situation. But then I rebutted.
I don't even think you should say what you said.
No, I didn't say anything bad. I said you sound like somebody who fucked their dog. Relax.
Do y'all see why I said she shouldn't have said that?
Why? I came to your defense.
No, I'm happy that you did. Mind you, I can't even see the comment. I can't see the comment. I don't know if Instagram took it down.
Deleted it.
But I can see the comment.
On my end.
I don't see it on my end. But and I remember she was like, "Oh, clearly you clearly you took it personal because people clearly care about the dog's safety. You bum." And mind you, I was gonna go off on her. I wasn't gonna say anything, but then I saw the bum and I'm like, "Oh, bitch, you want to fight me because you calling me a dumb?"
I didn't understand why she called you a bum.
And then I remember my rebuttal to her was something along the lines of, "It's you that you're clearly assuming wrong." Like basically, I called her loud and wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I said what I said. You fucking idiot."
Yeah, you said fucking idiot. That's what I meant.
Like, what's your problem?
You sound like
You fucking idiot.
Not you guys mouths dropping like. First of all, it's not out of my character to say something like that to somebody that I don't
actually
like.
She had to edit it because the original version Instagram was gonna take off. Remember? You didn't say fuck. You said slept.
Slept?
Yeah, you said you look like someone that sleeps with.
Sleeps. Yeah.
As opposed, no, because when you were gonna do the F word, it told you not to. So you had to do the
Instagram be wanting me to play nice.
The NC-17 version of it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that was our palate cleanse.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so we're gonna go on to our second topic. And our second topic
Tasha came up with this one.
Deeper. It's the anti-blackness and colorism in our youth and how does it affect us
today.
Oh, we don't have time for that. No, we don't.
I guess it's a topic for next time.
But that's going to be our next topic for next time.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. Sometimes we'll do 2 topics in an episode. Sometimes we'll just do one. And sometimes we're not going to know when the time is up.
Hold on. I have a question for you. What's something that you think that people do that's fake? Can you come up with anything?
Just be themselves. Be the fake version of themselves. Everyone has like a fake persona they try to get passed through first. And then
I feel like everybody's fake personas when they first meet like a stranger.
Everyone's wearing a mask right now.
Yeah,
everybody.
I agree.
I don't get it.
Everyone's fake.
Mean?
But so you're saying people are fake just all the time?
I think eventually some of the realness will seep through.
Right.
Because you can't wear a mask forever.
Right.
But I think right now, everyone's being someone that they're not. Truly. Sounds crazy though.
I don't get it, but okay.
I understand what he's saying.
I don't get it.
It's like, for example, right? Let's say you were meeting me for the first time.
Right.
You're not gonna be like, you see how you feel about me now and how you know me, and like you're like, oh my God, Tasha. Like you're not gonna be like that the first time you meet me. You may even be like, oh, who's this girl, whatever. But still be like, oh hey, you know what I mean? Like you know. And then, but eventually, but that's not really. That's just your fake persona as for.
So
when you first meet that person.
Someone new, you don't You
No,
don't
Me,
trust?
100%
it
all the
depends,
time.
right?
What you see, what you get. But I feel like for other people, especially now everyone's a little judgmental.
Mhm.
They won't be themselves up front
Okay.
in fear of being judged, in fear of being ridiculed. So I
Okay.
think a lot of people, it could be a negative or positive way, but negative or positive, but they tend to give a mask, wear a mask.
Okay.
not themselves.
Okay, now I get what you mean.
Put on a mask.
Yeah.
I do. Do people do that at job interviews?
I mean, you
I
have
think
to.
we do it every day.
We
And you
do
get money.
every single day.
Mhm.
Like when I think it's another fake thing when people ask, like when I be like, when somebody say hi, I'm like, how are you? I really don't care how you
Yeah.
doing.
Fact.
I would ask, but
Or like,
no,
how's your
it's weird. It's
kids?
weird.
Yeah, I don't care.
Sometimes I do genuinely care, but sometimes I genuinely don't care. It depends.
Most of the time, I don't care.
No, I don't know. I feel like it depends on the person.
And it could be that maybe most of the time I don't care because I have to ask that every day.
Oh, how's
And I
it going?
genuinely do care. So when I'm not on the clock,
You don't care. That's understandable. I do feel like
I
that.
don't care. Unless I like, of course, like you guys, I care.
Yeah,
But Becky, girl, I don't. Do I gotta know?
exactly.
I don't care. But with my clients, I do care.
Of course, you
Mhm.
have to. Okay, so I guess you guys will let us in a comment what makes y'all fake. That's very, very, very funny.
Or
what makes y'all fake?
other people fake?
You know, some people fake orgasms. That's fake. That's fake. Or they're like, you did a great job.
Oh my God, that's a good one. Do people really like? I don't know because I don't have that issue. But do people lie and oh, you have?
No, remember not fake orgasm. Child, if I didn't like it, I'd be like, nah. I usually make a noise.
I can say I can say
I feel like women should do that when you don't like it. Just be like like you know it's wrong. That's so obnoxious.
I
But,
can say that in my relationship I have not faked the orgasm.
No, remember
The
yeah, and I was like, he's like, you know what? That's a story for another time.
yeah, I
That's
know
a
what
story
you're
for another time. I have to word it in my head so it don't.
It just
It's a story for another time.
well, yeah, you did kind of lie.
Yes, I did.
You did.
I faked.
You
Fake. I was
did.
fake.
You
I was
did.
like, yeah, it's fine. But
So
it was-
that is yeah, people lie in sex. A
yeah,
lot.
people lie or be fake. Yeah.
And I feel like women do that more. I believe.
yeah, because I
They
feel like
lie.
women. I think women may feel bad or
or not even that. Sometimes
Or-
it be taking too damn long, and you want the shit to be over. So you be like, I came
remember that episode of Euphoria when she was
on the bed.
yeah, she was bad. She was
Oh.
faking orgasms. It was Zendaya's. I forget her name on the show. Rue was faking orgasm with her girlfriend, and she's like like she was doing weird thing, and then she knew that girl was faking. She remember she
She was
looked
like,
at her like
did you just fake an
"Did you just
orgasm?
fake an
She goes,
orgasm?"
yeah.
No, she didn't. I don't
She
think
said yes.
no, I don't think she said yes. She said no. She
Oh,
goes,
she
no.
disagreed?
Yeah, she was like,
I
no,
thought she said
babe, like, cause she was high off of drugs. Remember, she relapsed. So yeah, so she was no, I loved it. You're doing great.
Oh, yeah, I
that
think you're right.
that scene is hilarious to me. It's so funny because I was like, she definitely sounded like she was.
I
faking
have a
it.
question for you. How often do men, in general, do you think men fake orgasms?
Oh yeah,
Men, they,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe they do a lot.
Really?
100%.
I believe it too.
100%.
They be lying.
Nice little spit.
Well, I feel it's actually easier to fake an orgasm as a man than it
Easy.
is as a woman, right?
Yeah, I feel like if you don't hear no
'Cause
noise, you know.
you know what a woman looks like when she actually orgasms because you clench, like your whole body clenches. If you're like but you like loose as a goose.
Somebody
I
lying.
doubt
I mean,
it.
everybody's different.
True.
Everybody's
Who
different.
you know orgasm and they don't
tense up.
tense?
I mean, some women. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you tense?
I tense, but I'm saying I don't know. Like some people are different.
True, that's true.
People are different in how they like. There's people who, when they orgasm, they do weird sounds or they're just weird.
That's
like,
there was this porn star. He was black. Yo, you can't watch his porn because he like yells in your
wait,
fucking
I don't know.
ear.
I don't know who that is, but this one,
He like yells in your ear.
there's one where he like gets like when he orgasms, he go like da, like it's just like this weird da, like scream, which I absolutely hate. Like I'm just like, oh my god,
Wait,
But-
I have a question though. Why do men tend to
lie.
fake the
Or
big
fake.
O?
From what I heard,
Yeah, because you wouldn't know.
things can get a little smelly.
Because what?
Things can get a little smelly.
Really?
You know, so you gotta get
Ooh.
out there quick. Or
I mean, but wouldn't you realize that before you get in?
well, it depends.
Not
Oh,
before
okay,
you get
that's
in like
true.
it's a car.
It is to a certain extent. It's a
And
V.
if it's a little
Never mind.
wham bam, thank you, ma'am, you won't find out till you're back there.
What if it like gets boring after a while?
That's what I'm saying. That too.
Oh, it gets boring. Yeah.
From what I heard.
Or what if it's just been going on for too long?
Yeah, you get tired. You're like, yeah, I'm go lay down.
My
for a
thing is
bit.
like, I feel like it's both of y'all fault. Just be like, can we get a break? It's water break. Like sandwich break. You know? Snack time.
Let's take a 5.
Yeah, right. That's
Everybody will be back at 5.
That's me as a performer. Let's take a 5.
Let's take a 5, please.
Thanks.
Anyway, all right. Well,
But
thank
beautiful
you
life.
guys for another
Yay.
episode. Thank you for riding and sticking with us.
And the next episode, we're going to talk about the anti-blackness and the colorism within our youth and how does it affect us.
And I think Tasha means within our youth, but maybe we can expand it to the youth now as well, because we're not the youth.
No,
no
I was going
more.
to expand it to our youth too. Yep. Because they got
No. I'm saying because you was talking about our youth, right? But I'm saying we could probably expand it to the youth, like the younger generation as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going to add that
okay.
too.
Yeah.
Because they got.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. Oz, thank you for being our Wizard
Yes.
Kelly. Remember Wizard Kelly? You would hear his voice and half of his body, just not his face.
It's Wizard Kelly, y'all.
Voice Wizard Kelly.
I don't know, y'all. Flex? What?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah, it was
Flex.
Flex Washington.
Yeah.
No, Flex. Oh, sorry, Flex Alexander. I call it Flex Washington from 101.
Sure.
He
will always be
was
Flex.
Wizard Kelly, really?
Yes,
so,
I
yeah.
believe so.
Oh.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah,
really?
I
No, we
believe
don't
so,
got the
yeah.
time.
I believe Flex.
Anyway, all right, Oz, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having me.
You'll probably hear from him again, you guys. But I am Brittany M with
Tasha J, and
we are Major Point. Thank
Don't
you.
forget-
Subscribe.
subscribe to our YouTube. And that is Major Point, MAJAHPOINT. And also follow us on TikTok and on Instagram.
Instagram. There you go. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on the flip side. Bye.